Today we're going to talk about product research, arguably the most important part of dropshipping. Because if you don't have a good product, no matter how good your advertisement skills are or your web design skills are, you're going to flop. But if you have a great product, you have great advertising, and you have a great website design, then it's a no-brainer. You're going to make it no matter what. Some people even say that even if your advertising or website is garbage, if your product is good, it'll sell itself. Now imagine if you have all three of those down. So let's get right into it. This is probably going to be a 4 or 5 part series covering the many different methods of product research. This first method is actually paid. You're going to pay about, I think it's $30 a month for Dropispy.com. It's a ad spy software. I actually have a 50% off link in the description if you want to check it out. Well worth the money. There are many different ad spy softwares out there that crawl Facebook to look for competitors' videos. And what we do is we look for videos that have good engagement, and we base good products off of good engagement. So if a video is doing very well, has a lot of likes, a lot of comments in a short amount of time, and is very new, we know that that product is going to take off pretty soon. So we want to catch those products before anyone else does, or we can get our piece of the pie as soon as possible so we can make the most money out of that. Now, this method is not you finding a whole new product that no one else has found. No, this method is something finding a product that is still in its early stages so you can capitalize on it before a lot of other people do. So we're gonna get into Dropispy. But first I wanna talk about it real quick. There are different softwares out there such as Droppoint and AdSpy. AdSpy costs $150 per month and it is worth it, but I would only say that it's about 20% better than Dropispy in terms of accuracy and efficiency. So best bang for your buck is Dropispy. Well worth it. I think it'll be about $10 to $15 per month with the link in the description. So check it out, use it for a month. You don't like it, just unsubscribe. But let me show you how it's done real quick. So I'm gonna record my screen and we're gonna get right into it. So first things first, let's just back out here. So I already preloaded my page just because sometimes it takes a little while to load the videos. So once you log on to Dropispy, you're gonna see that there are different filters that you could choose from in order to find good videos with good engagement, right? So the first thing we wanna do is click on filters. And so we're gonna go right to post creation date. That's the most important part right now. And you don't wanna find old videos like from last year. Sometimes you do, but you wanna see recent videos, recent ads, because you wanna catch trending products before a ton of people come onto it, right? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set our date filter to at most 2 months. Okay, so I would prefer, usually I would do a month before from now. So I would say like December 1st would be a good date. But for the sake of this video, so we can see some more ads, we're gonna set it to November 1st all the way to today, which is January 7th. This way we can catch products that are still on the trend and they're still rising. So next up, we're gonna skip all these. We don't really need to concern ourselves with these because we want both videos and images. We want all kinds of ads out there because all kinds of ads do work well, whether it's a video or an image. Next, we want to target specific countries, right? We want to focus on countries that are performing the best. So there are 5 countries that we really need to focus on, right? So the first obviously being the biggest market of all, the United States. Next, we got Canada and the United Kingdom, Australia and New Zealand. These are the big 5 that you really want to focus on targeting and advertising to, because if you can do it well in these markets, you can do it well possibly in other markets as well. But these are the big 5, focus on these. Language, we're actually going to set this to English because we only want English speaking ads. Although you might limit yourself by not seeing good ads in other countries and other languages. Let's make it easy for ourselves and only look at English ads just for the sake of this video. Sex we skip, age we skip, irrelevant. We can sell it to any age, any sex. Now, e-com platform, since we want drop shipping websites, we don't want advertisements from big stores like Target or Walmart or anything like that because we can't compete with those guys yet. We go for Shopify and WooCommerce. Those are the main 2 platforms that we're going to focus on indefinitely. So Next, we have the call to action, which is abbreviated as CTA. That's an important abbreviation there. We want to see ads that are calling for shop now. That's the #1 used call to action for dropshippers. Buy now, get offer, and learn more. All four of these are great call to actions, and they work with different niches. Not to get too much into it, but for example, learn more, you'd want something for a more expensive product. Next up, we have likes. Now we want a minimum of 500 likes, okay? Because if an ad can't get 500 likes, even in the past like 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe, then it's probably not performing too well. That's not always to say the case, but we're just gonna stick with 500 likes for now. We also don't really want to see a crazy amount of likes, because if we see like 20,000, 30,000 likes on an ad, it's most likely been tapped out already. There's no such thing as saturation to the fullest, but we do want to make the most profit, and that means we don't want products that are completely zoned in by thousands of dropshippers. Competition is not always great, but in this case, we want a good mix of competition and demand. So we're gonna leave likes at 500, and we'll cap it out at about, let's say, 25,000. That's fine. Just to show you some of the ads that performed really well, even though we can't really copy from them yet. So then we're gonna search. Okay, so now we've come up with a ton of ads here, right? So right off the bat, we see that this first ad here, this has 3,000 likes. Okay, that's pretty good. And it came out on December 17th. This is all amazing information. Now you also have access to their Facebook, right? So if you control and then left click, you don't want to click on it and get rid of the page you're on. So control left click, you can see the ad itself on Facebook itself. So look, a ton of comments, a lot of shares, a lot of likes. And something else you want to note is the comment to like ratio. Now this is about 1/4 comment to like ratio, which is pretty good. You wanna, the more comments there are, the higher the ratio of comments to likes, the better the ad is performing. Clearly this is a very good advertisement. And this is such a product that a wide range of people would want, right? It's a product for, let's see, high blood pressure, helps normalize high blood pressure. Laser therapy watch helps low intensity laser with wavelength. Okay, so essentially it's laser therapy that reduces blood pressure. That's such a huge factor for people, right? We want products that either save people time, save people money, or, and this is super important, relieves stress or pain. These three topics right here are critical to finding good products, okay? You also want something that has a wow factor. This is pretty cool. You can advertise this pretty well. Right off the bat, the first 3 seconds, you're like, whoa, what's going on? Someone has stuff up his nose and he's wearing a watch like hooked up to it. Like, it's weird, right? It's strange, so it catches your attention. This is a good advertisement. And then it goes on to talking about how, there's all these scientific things that relate to this product that make it good. And then it talks about, even if you're an alcoholic or a smoker or this or that, all these terrible things, it can help you. So amazing product. Let's check out their website. Already right off the bat, I can tell you this is a dropshipping website. And the way that they set this up is with gem pages. It could be gem pages. It's a custom developed website. It's not just any theme. And they did a great job with it. This seems like a one product store, and the way that they laid it out is just amazing. It's gonna pop off. It's already popped off pretty well, considering it's only been about a little more than half a month. And look at this, it's amazing. It looks fantastic. And the way that they branded it even is just like, it's unique. It's not like any other store that you see. It's not very common. So they did a great job with the website. Most dropshipping stores don't really know how to do that. They just copy and paste it into like a basic theme. But they have everything down right. Okay, so let's check out AliExpress real quick, just to see if we can find their product on AliExpress. So we're gonna type in we're gonna type in, okay, all right, just give me all the pop-ups, please. hypertension, and it already comes up, right? So let's see how much this costs. All right. Okay, here we go. This is exactly the product, right? Okay, so let's say it's $40. They're selling it for $160 profit margin. That's pretty good. If you're selling a product that's over $50, you'd want at least 2 times product margin, and they're a little over that. So they're doing pretty decently. I could probably source this in bulk for $25 to $30 shipped. You know, it's not difficult. This is a very small product, and you can see that it is still pretty fresh. There aren't that many orders, right? That's important. You don't want tens of thousands of orders on AliExpress. That's how you know it's being drop shipped. So definitely take note of that as well. But right off the bat, you know, it's a great product. It has 4.9 rating. So clearly customers think it works well. Next thing we want to do, actually, since we've already confirmed the product on AliExpress, we're gonna want to look up the product on Amazon, because this way we can see what actual customers think, right? Amazon is a more it's a better way to corroborate a product to see if customers if people think that it's a good product, right? So I'm gonna type in hypertension laser therapy watch, and there you go. Okay, cool. Amazon's also bugging on me. All right, there we go. Wow, would you look at that? Okay, so I can't really find the product that has you know, the exact product, but you can see that it's clearly something that's on the come up, right? It's not completely tapped in even on Amazon, which is a good thing. You don't want a product to be found everywhere else. So if you're selling something, what a lot of customers will do is they'll just Google the product, because you don't know if you trust this random website. What's the name? Dr. Hypertension, you know, like, especially people, you know, in their 20s and whatnot, we're more aware of what advertisements look like. So we don't want to get scammed, and we know it's out there. So we're gonna Google it, and if we Google it and we find it on Amazon for a cheaper price shipped tomorrow, why would we order it from a random website, you know, like this? But what they did was they branded it very, very well, and that's important. Because they branded it well, they're able to sell it for a higher ticket. And the product has that perception of a high ticket product. So very important to do so, to find something like this. And you can build a whole website based off of this, a whole store. Let's say that this product does well, you can add in other products that help with hypertension down the road. And you can increase the upsells. You can add more products to sell with this product and make even more money, increase your average order value. As you can see, they're not offering me any other products. They're just like, hey, oh, what? There you go. What did I say? What would you, oh my gosh, okay. That's great. That's excellent. They're doing an amazing job at this. Good for them. They're probably killing it. Let's take a look at their actual Facebook page now. That's something else we want to look at, because I'm sure they have many different advertisements. Okay, so we can, okay, so once you get on their Facebook page, right, which you can find from Dropispy, you scroll down and you see page transparency, okay? Now, wait a minute. They're not even from America. These guys are running from Malaysia, and they're making a killing. Imagine making this much money in a country like Malaysia. You know, you could work from anywhere and make this kind of money. Now, you can see in the bottom here, ads from this page. This page is currently running ads. Go to ad library, and now you can see all the advertisement they're running. Okay, and wow, are they running it? And they've been running it since the beginning of December. So good for them. They know what good advertisements look like. Look at this. Caught my attention right away. If I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw this kind of advertisement, I'd be like, wow, okay, let me take a minute and see what's going on. Especially if I'm a middle-aged person who is or might be suffering from something like this in the future. This is great. Look at that. Look. You know, and now this just caught every like college frat boy, you know, like this is catching a lot of demographics, and they've tested a lot of different demographics. These guys know what they're doing. They're professional, definitely professional people. And it's not just one of them, because if we go back here and we see who manages this page, we can see that there are 5 people managing this page, right? Doesn't necessarily mean that it's 5 owners. It might mean that it's one person managing it with 4 virtual assistants. I use a ton of virtual assistants to save my time as well. So great page and great site. I think this market is so big that a lot of people can get into this. I might even get into this because it's worth a try, and I can do it really quickly and outsource it and just make a profit from it passively, as long as I know that the product is good. And from what I could tell, the product seems good. Ship it to your house, test it yourself, read up some more about it, and advertise it. Make sure you have a good supplier, and you're good to go. It's easy as that. It's not. You don't need to make it complicated. Just go for it. And if you fail, you'll learn, and you'll learn how to do something next better. So let's find one more product. This we were lucky with this first one. Let's look for something that's not medical related, just so I can help you guys out with that regard. Okay, so like this bracelet, for example, right? I don't know if it has a good margin because you can't really sell this for what, $50-$60. Probably being sold for about 30 at most. So, but let's take a look anyway. So this is a picture ad, and it catches people's attention so much that it has 4,000 likes and a lot of comments and shares, which is pretty good. And of course, their name is similar to Cartier, so they're trying to get that. Yeah, there we go. $24.95. Even if you got this for let's say $7 shipped, that's a stretch too. Even if it was let's say $7 shipped, okay, that's still not enough profit, okay, because you want at least $20 to $25 minimum profit per sale, because Facebook costs are increasing every single day because there are more competition every single day. So I would strongly focus on finding products that have a higher margin. This isn't necessarily great because of that, although it is doing very well on advertisement, so maybe the cost per purchase is actually very good, and I'm just being too blunt about it. But let's just be real. It's better to find something that makes you more money per sale than it is to just work with tiny margins that might be unprofitable very soon. Now let's move on here. We have the wireless charger. Okay, this is a 4-in-1 wireless charger. That's great. Commonly seen 3-in-1. This one's pretty good. You charge 2 phones with it, your AirPods, and your Apple Watch. This is something I would want. You have right by the desk. They're showing pretty well. Showing different situations as well, but pretty decent job with it. And I bet the margins are really good with this as well. Guarantee it's about $60 at least being sold. So let's take a look. Oh wow, 40. No, you could totally sell this for $59.99, 100%, all day. And I bet this is going to cost them about $20 to $25. So let's take a look. 4-in-1 wireless charger. Okay, there we go. It's pretty much the same thing, and they're about $30. So the margin on their site is a little bit unrealistic. There are some people that do bad drop shipping. They this website's not good. Look at this. This is a trash website. Maybe that's why they can't really sell it too well. So they're lowering the margin. Their price a little too much. Not terrible, but you see how the colors are everywhere. It's not a great site. They don't really know what they're doing, but they have a good ad. So maybe it's working for them. Who knows? I wouldn't trust it. I like to work with bigger margins. You can take bigger risks that way. And then we'll cover one more product. I want to just talk about this real quick. I'm sure a lot of people have seen Hey Silky Skin. Just talk about brand potential, right? So if you find a product early on and you're one of the pioneers of the product, like Noah Brewer says on YouTube, you could really brand it very, very well and dominate that market. Because if you're the one who makes the ads first, then you can absolutely make so much more money than everyone else. And Silky Skin, Hey Silky Skin, the brand that adopted the laser hair removal therapy first, they made a shit ton of money. They branded the crap out of it. So focus on that as well. It looks like that's what, let me see if I can find it here. These guys are doing, Dr. Hypertension, they're clearly branding it pretty well. Yeah, look at this, and Exactly. They have a bunch of other products as well that coincide with this. So excellent website, excellent design, and they're branding it. Good for them. And that pretty much covers it, guys. So it's an easy process. You just have to spend some time, go through it. My best advice would be to make an Excel sheet and document each product that you find with the profit margins, the link to the competitor, link to the advertisement, and notes. So this way you can keep track of all the products you find. And I would find about, let's say in a day, at least 10 to 20 products, list them all out. The next day, review them and try to pick out 5 of those products. And then really think about those 5 products. They have to meet the margins and the criteria. Okay, so we want at least $25, $20 to $25 profit margin. And we would also like it to be about at least 50% profit. Now, if it's a product under $50, you want to sell it for at least 3 times the cost. So if it costs $20, you want to sell it for at least $60. That's my rule of thumb that I go by, and that's what you want to go by as well to remain profitable even during scaling. Because when you're increasing your budget and you're spending $10,000 a day on advertisement, you're gonna need to suffer a little bit from your margins per sale, but you're gonna have more sales, so your profits are gonna increase either way. So, take it as a B, and just go for it. Look up Dropispy.com. There's a link in the description, 50% off, and just do it. Just get in the habit of looking at products. You don't have to make a move yet, but you can take your time to look at some advertisements that are winning and get inspired by it and build a website based off of that. I would take what Dr. Hypertension did and try to make something similar. That's a great idea. All right, guys. Any questions, comments, or whatever you guys want me to talk about, please leave it in the comment section below, and I will get right back to you. All right, peace, guys. Never give up, never quit.